Hi, this is Steve with Coin Stuff I Like, and I'm going to bring you a ANACS submission unboxing. And I want to get right into it, but stick around. I'm going to do a little bit deeper dive on what we're going to be unboxing. All right, so it came in a shipping box, and inside was a UPS envelope, padded envelope, and inside the padded envelope is not their typical cardboard box coin holder, but a shipping cardboard with paperwork, which we don't need to look at right now. It always comes with a new order slip, like a submission slip. So let's open this up. There we go. And there we go. Now let's look at them. So these are the peace dollars from 2024. There's an example. This one got 70. Very nice. They're in good shape this year. Nice finish. And the next one also got a 70. Very nice. There it is. And the next one got a 70 as well. So 3 of them at 70. So you may be wondering at this point, hey, Steve, you usually conclude your videos by saying, buy stuff you like, but be smart about what you buy. So how smart is it to buy 3 grossly overpriced coins from U.S. Mint? As you may know, the Mint really raised the price on their products for Morgan and Peace dollars this year. I dropped my Morgan subscriptions, but kept this one because my collection of Peace dollars is entirely ANACS, and my Peace dollar collection contains both U.S. Mint as well as Dan Carr examples of Peace dollars. So I have to stay with this, with one exception, and I'll get to that a little bit in a little bit with this video. But first, let's talk a little bit more about this be smart about what you buy part of it. And, I mentioned with the opening that U.S. Mint bumped up their prices on these coins to $91. And then when you submit them, it adds additional outlay to the cost. And so this is the ANACS submission form, 2024 Peace dollars at $91 each. I submitted under the 15-day U.S. Mint because I only had 3 coins. I couldn't submit economy, although I could have added some other coins, but I decided not to. It would have saved me $4 per coin. But I submitted under the 3 coins under a 15-day, $20 per coin. That's $60. The shipping
for returning stuff back from ANACS was $29. So that's $89 is the total fees from ANACS. It cost me $6 shipping to ANACS, or $6.42. So you divide that total by three, it's about 31, almost $32 per coin, plus an initial $91 outlay. It runs about $123 per coin for each of these coins. Um, I I don't think it's going to retain that value over time, but uh, again, sort of went against my own advice here, because my entire piece dollar collection is in uh, annex holders. You can't easily find annex uh, graded coins by the big guys, that where you can save a few dollars by just buying a 70. You can do that for PCGS and NGC. That's what the big guys will have. But generally, if you have an annex collection, you're submitting that on your own. So in this case, 3 coins, and I submit them to annex first, so that the highest individual coin ends up going into my collection.
So this one is 2024 Philadelphia Mint produced silver piece dollar. That one is going to join the other, we'll call it 21st century piece dollars in the collection. They're all annexed, so it'll join the 2021 from the U.S. Mint, MS-70. And then U.S. Mint did not make them in 2022, but Dan Carr did. And Moonlight Mint produced them. This is the 2022. It's more of a matte finish. Very nice. Very. It's a higher relief than the U.S. Mint versions. And this one here has the broken sword design, which is the original design that Franceschi submitted. That was removed after submission of the original designs for various reasons, which we'll discuss in another video. But Broken Sword was the original design, and that's the 2022 a version from Moonlight Mint without the mint mark. No mint mark there below the 1 there. And a 2022D, also high relief, but with the mint mark over there just below the 1. There we go. And he also produced the 2022S. This one's also MS-70. Beautiful, high relief. The D and the S from 2022 do not have the broken sword. And there is the, pull this back, get the light just right, there's the S mint mark. And then last year, the U.S. Mint came back and they produced a 23 Philadelphia, no mint mark, but produced in Philadelphia, 2023 piece dollar. And so that 2024 this year joins that particular bunch of really nice MS-70 peace dollars from the 21st century. I also have the proof and reverse proof from last year, 2023. I'm not going to show it in this video. I just wanted to show the uncirculated finish, um, uh, 21st century peace dollars.
So let's take a little bit deeper dive and take a look at the 21st century peace dollars that are in my collection. A little bit more information about those. So the first, let's talk about the mintage. The 2022 peace dollars from the U.S. Mint are close to 200,000 in the sales figures. So that's the mintage at this point in time, or at least the official sales from the mint. Dan Carr's Moonlight Mint figures are 291 of the the no mint mark 2022 peace dollars, 177 with the D mint mark, and 231 with the S mint mark. 2023, as you may recall, they bumped up the mintage limit for the 2023 peace dollar, and the sales figures currently are at 274,000 almost coins in there have been sold. This year, because of the raise in the price to $91 a coin, the U.S. Mint 2024 peace dollar at this point in time, we're in early August, the sales figures for these are at 163,548. So less than the 2021 and 2023. I think those sales figures suggest that there's lower demand because of the price, and who knows whether they're gonna ever sell out. Time will tell. But right now, it's the lower mintage of the 21st century U.S. Mint peace dollars. And of course, Dan Carr's Moonlight Mint typically produces low, limited, very high quality coins. Speaking of quality, let's take a look at the grading figures for these 21st century peace dollars. 2021 peace dollar, the first figure there is the PCGS total grading figure, so almost 19,000. And the second figure is NGC, which is 37,746. The next to those figures are the percent that are currently grading 70 out of that total number that were graded. So, for example, PCGS of 18,793 graded, 74% graded 70, and 83% graded 70 of the NGC graded coins. So that's a little bit on the lower side, which is true of a number of the 2021 Morgan and Peace dollars. The Dan Carr pieces through ANACS, these are all ANACS figures. Right now, there's 64 that were graded in ANACS. There's probably some in ICG, but I'm not looking those up. There's 64 grade of the no mint mark that were graded in ANACS, 55% graded 70. And of the D mint mark, 41 have been graded 61%, 70 of the 41. and of the estimate mark 39 have been graded 59%. So right here in the mid 50 to low 60% range, and you're going, wow, the Dan Carr pieces are not as good quality as the U.S. Mint. No, 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 no. Trust me, I've done studies on this with Morgan's going way back. Um, the ANACS typically grades these modern Morgan and Peace dollars much more difficult than either PCGS or ANACS. So these numbers are not a reflection of the quality of Dan Carr pieces so much as how strict ANACS grades these modern Morgan and Peace. For 2023, you can see similar number of graded coins as 2021 going through PCGS, but a higher percent of 70, 91%. Almost double, not quite double, the number that were graded by NGC for the 2021 peace dollars were graded for the 2023 with an even higher 96% graded 70. And to date, this is early August, there's 6,861 2024 peace dollars have been submitted to PCGS for grading. 89% have made 70. And for NGC, 3,021 have been submitted. 99% have been graded 70. More on that in a second. And then NGC or ANACS has received six submissions for these 2024 peace dollars. 3 of them were my coins, and 66%. 4 of them, 4 of the 6 made 70. So I'm very lucky to have 3 of 3 make 70 through ANACS. Now let's come back to this number right here. This is a little baffling, 89%. This is very understandable because what happens is the early submissions come from the ABPB, the big guys. They submit bulk submissions typically before everybody else even gets their coins, and they have minimum grade of 70 requested. So the early coins that are coming up into the population report are mostly big guys with minimum grade of 70 because they can do that. And so at first you get a very high rate of 70s, and then that drops down over time as collector submissions start coming in. This number is a little baffling, so I'm wondering whether PCGS is grading harder or whether it's just there are some collector submissions already mixed in, diluting that initial ABPP type of submission with minimum grade of 70. But just one other note, look, in pretty much every case, NGC has a higher rate of 70s for a given year compared to PCGS. So NGC grades a lot more leniently on these 21st century Morgan and Peace dollars. And that, even though I don't have Morgan dollar figures here, it holds true. So really, the easiest place to get a 70 is by submitting to NGC, and PCGS is a little bit harder, and ANACS is even harder yet in these, again, 21st century Morgan and Peace dollars.
So, Steve, what are you going to do with those other 2? You got one for the 21st century peace dollar collection, uncirculated strike. What about these other 2? What are you going to do with those? Well, the answer is that this one is going to go with this one. (1924) PCGS MS64 to PCGS for a dual coin holder, to put them both in one holder. That means I'm going to have to break that one out, and they'll probably break that one out and probably regrade it. That's what happened last time. But they'll both go in. And go into a dual coin holder, like this one. So this one is the 2021 and 1921. So this is the first year, and this was the 100th anniversary. This was the MS63 and MS69. So that one, I like these dual coin holders for displaying, juxtapositions of coins that are somewhat related. So that one, and then there's no 2022 U.S. Mint, and PCGS it only accepts just a few Dan Carr items. They have to be listed in this book. But I couldn't submit a Dan Carr to go alongside of the 1922. So I had to skip that year, unfortunately. Thank you, U.S. Mint. So I did pick it back up in 2023. And so I've got an MS64 1923, really nice, great luster, and a MS70 2023, side by side. The original finish I like a lot better than the US Mint finish in this 2023 versus the 19. And here's the reverse. And then also the other one, this one, which you can't really tell which one it is, but one of the 2024 MS70s is going to go in when I get them with a proof. So this is what I did last year. This is a 2023 uncirculated with a 2023 proof side by side. So that other one, the third one of the 2024 uncirculated, will go in with a 2024 proof when they finally come out. I like that juxtaposition as well. So these guys, again, these two, actually that way around, these two will go in and end up in a dual coin holder from PCGS. Well, that brings the other part of, maybe not the smartest thing, but I like it for my collection, is that I have to send this in to get graded. I sent all three in to get graded because I want the highest grade to go into a single collection. And I don't know if I'm going to get one MS70 and a couple 69s, or I'm going to get all three. So I send all three in, hoping to get at least one MS70. But in this case, I got three of them. But I'm going to have to break that out and then resubmit to PCGS, pay another grading fee and holdering fee for the dual coin holder set. So that adds to expense, but it's something I like for my collection.
So perhaps a couple of not so smart moves from the standpoint of cost, um, but necessary moves to keep my collection current and in annex holders, and the to continue the dual coin holder collection that I have. Um, so um, there you have it. Unboxing and a little bit more deep dive. I hope you liked it. I want to say, remember, um, buy stuff you like, but be smart about what you buy. I'll say it, but maybe not so much on this particular one. Bye bye. See you next time. Thanks for watching.